Hey everyone. So there are certain things that can make or break your chances at winning compound fights. Simply put, you need to be agile and able to adapt at a moment's notice. Knowing something your enemy doesn't in any given compound will give you the upper hand. But today I will go over my tips for Brickworks, going over all the vaulting and peeking spots, considerations for approaching and defending the lair, as well as some tips for trap placement. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you want more videos like this. Anyways, let's get into Brickworks. So let's start with all the useful angles and vaulting spots. Here on the northwest side inside the train, you can get an angle towards the 3 common spots people will peek from. Continuing out of the train cars and towards the northernmost building, there is this spot you can vault up onto for easy roof access. This spot is useful when you need the high ground and want to ambush enemy hunters out in the northern woods, or when they approach from Fort Carmick. Also below here, there is a way to bypass the ladder on the left. Just jump onto these barrels and vault. Continuing towards the east side of the compound, there is a way to vault onto this roof, without going around and using the ladder on the perimeter. Good for getting a quick shot off, but I wouldn't get too comfortable up here as you are exposed from many angles. Okay, so that's all the spots on the perimeter. Going towards the main building, you can vault onto the main roof from this side. The main roof has many openings and angles that give you line of sight into the boss lair. This spot at the end is probably the most useful, as you can see down the interior staircase down to the first floor. People have been known to camp this staircase with shotties, so definitely a good angle to know. Continuing from the roof and hopping down onto the overhang here, if you hop onto this metal piece, you can get an angle inside. However, I would recommend using all 3 of these upper spots to throw explosive into rather than peeking. If we keep going along the wall, there is a one-way path to get onto the other side. However, you can't jump back that way. You would need to run up onto the roof and then hop back onto the overhang. Going to the ground floor and into the tunnel here, there are 2 spots to know about. This spot above gives an angle down towards the tunnel entry and some line of sight towards the exterior. Now to the left of the doorway, there is a concealment position that gives you decent visibility towards the north and northwest courtyard. Going into the boss lair and going upstairs, there are some good spots to throw explosives. I have killed many campers by throwing frag bombs through here. I don't think it's that well known, so you almost always catch people off guard. Now this next spot right below these openings is kind of glitchy, but I have gotten kills from here before. So just be aware of this spot if you are an outside team or defending the lair. Okay, so moving on to the considerations for approaching an active bounty at Brickworks. Basically every angle you approach from is wide open aside from 2. Given a choice, I would recommend approaching from the northern woods. There is plenty of cover from the mounds and you are practically hidden from anyone in the boss lair. The next option is to approach from the west, and to enter into the side building here. Using some of the peek spots I went over earlier, I think the best course of action to take on a team camping inside is to lead with explosives and be very mobile. You want to try to close the gap and stay closer to the boss lair walls, as they will try to peek those 3 main spots I told you about. Basically use explosives, peek spots, and don't remain in one spot for too long. If you manage to get a kill with an explosive, you will want to coordinate with your team to push and try to keep the pressure on. Let's now discuss the tactics for defending. I think defending is generally pretty simple here. You can use the spots I discussed earlier to throw explosives out from the top, which seems to work on people running outside. I think the best defense strategy regardless of the compound is to rotate and push outside of the lair to get a shot or 2 off and then go back inside, and then repeat that process multiple times. Pretty basic, but works really well. Next, I want to just quickly show you spots where I think traps would have maximum effect and likelihood of being stepped on. Not really much to talk about in terms of voiceover here, so I'll just speed up the footage. So that was my quick guide for the Brickworks compound. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, as it really helps my channel to get pushed out to more people. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one.